this one, without a doubt, has to go to our skipper, Sam Guest. He's probably the only bloke I know whose hair actually improved during lockdown.
Worst haircut goes to Arthur Pennington. He's got a long way to go to look like his idol Kurt Cobain. At the moment, he's more like Curtin's Cobain.
Worst haircut, without a doubt, Albert Pennington. Hair looks like curtains. Embarrassing.
Worst haircut, without shadow of a doubt, I'm sorry, it has to go to Albert Pennington. Wearing an Alice band in the warm-ups. Just don't know what sort of style he's going for there. Albert, get an estimation on that hair, mate, and get it sorted.
Best footballer in the team is probably going to be Ben Boda. The worst is a tricky one because there's quite a few of us, myself included. I'm going to give this one to our JP, Mr. Potter, Lewis Porter. It's an absolute myth that he's on Port Vale's books.
Best and worst footballers in the warm-up. Best would have to go to Lewis Porter and Ben Boda. Slightly unfair given their footballing background, and I'll have to claim the spot for worst player, unfortunately. As much as I like to try and be like Thomas Gravison, I've got a long way to go.
Best footballer, Ben Boda. Used to play for Bolton until his biscuit knees gave in. Worst footballer, without a doubt, Grant Hodnett. Southern Hemisphere kids cannot play football.
Best and worst footballer. So I've only played 3 games. I'm gonna own up and say, as a South African, we are shocking at football. So I'm definitely by far the worst footballer. Best footballer, I'm gonna have to say Bodes at the moment. Friend! Showed me some skills last weekend. Definitely right up there, mate. If it doesn't work out for you as a cricketer, Man United need a few players.
Best dancer, Aaron McCabe. When he has a beard, the snake hips come out, no stopping him. Usually a couple of items of clothing come off as well. Worst dancer, I'd have to go Richard Green. The only dance move he knows is that, and he doesn't know the lyrics to that dance either.
Best and worst dancer. Worst dancer, I'm sorry, has to go to Aaron McCabe. My goodness, what I saw a couple of weeks ago up at the club. It's just Strictly Come Dancing is not for you, mate. Just stay in your box, as Will Smith said in Hitch. Just stay in that box, mate. Best answer, I'm gonna say Richard Green. You know, the old head. You know, he knows certain moves that only some of us youngsters can only dream of doing. So definitely Richard Green.
Worst dancer goes to Chairman Ian Hayes for his incredibly bad dad dancing, and the best dancer would go to Aaron McCabe, and I'm going to claim some of the moves that I taught him in Hamburg.
Worst for getting fined. Right, this is an easy one. Dave Tully. Every single week, he's got the wrong colour lid. He wears short sleeves as a wicket keeper, which is just an absolute no-no. No doubt he's probably going to get in a fight with someone as well every week. So, yeah, it's a straight £3 every time. Cheers, Dave.
Worst for getting fined has to go to Dave Tully. Automatic ginger tax and the fan favourite short sleeve shirt whilst wicket keeping. And also there is a frequent stud back with the helmet on, which also gets fined quite a lot as well.
Worst for getting fined, Dave Tully. He gets ginger taxed, he stands back with his lid on, and usually he's late. So, yeah, Dave Tully.
Worst for getting fined, I'm going to have to say Big Gaz Burns at the moment. He's getting fined literally for everything at the moment, so sorry, mate.
The man in our team who always gets maxed out on fines is a new addition to our team, Grant Hodnett. If he spent less time on his phone on Bumble and Tinder and more time concentrating on the game, he would be a richer man. Least likely to get around in is definitely Richard Green. Only 2 occasions I've ever seen him get around in. First one is when there's promotion on, and secondly is when he knows everyone's driving and they want soft drinks.
Worst for buying around, no doubt about it, Peter Barnes. The tightest man in Yorkshire, the tightest man in Grappenhall, just the tightest man in the world. You will never ever find him with his wallet in a bar area. Just never.
Worst for buying around has to go to the 2 Yorkshire lads, sorry boys, Pete Barnes and Tim Sykes.
For buying around, there's only one man, the Yorkshireman himself, Pete Barnes. It's a chore to get around out of him. Embarrassing.
Worst for buying around, to be honest, I think everybody's really been good buying around. I know I'm probably going to get fined for this because he's only a youngster, but Lewis Porter, sorry mate, even if you said, here lads, here's a tenner, go and buy around for me, that could have been sorted, so sorry Lou.
Favourite nickname, the skipper Sam Guest, and his nickname is Coke Can. Any questions, ask the man himself why we call him that.
Favourite nicknames, there's a couple of candidates. So we've got the Croat, aka Aaron McCabe, due to his uncanny resemblance to a Croatian tourist that I saw in Dubrovnik. And my other favourite goes to Pete Barnes, aka Zach Dingle, for his uncanny resemblance of the Emmerdale legend.
Favourite nickname, without a shadow of a doubt, has got to be Briefcase for Bodes. Just comes across as a really posh, stuck up southerner, but we all know deep down he's not that. So yeah, Bodes, every time you see Bodes, just call him Briefcase.
Right, best nickname. There's got to be one winner really, and that's Potter!
Fashion disaster is first team captain Sam Guest for his vertical black and white stripy t-shirt. He looks like a cross between a WWE referee and a Foot Locker employee.
Fashion disaster. It's very difficult because I do think some of the lads dress really smart. But a few weeks ago we were in the Lion pub and I did see what can only be described as a shirt that would be worn by an umpire, and that was worn by Mr. Jack Critchley. So sorry mate, you've got that one from me.
Fashion disaster, another without a doubt, Pete Barnes. We once went on a night out and he was in his Slazenger batting shorts. Disgrace.
I'm sorry Dave Tully, this one has to be you. You just cannot get away with keeping behind the stumps with short sleeve.
The Warrington game, good deck, we play well, we win comfortably. UTG.
The predictions for the Warrington game, well, I know local derbies are genuinely filled with fire, and obviously it's going to be a tough game. We're not taking it lightly. We are preparing really well and have been playing good cricket. So I do back the boys to do well, but again, it's not going to be an easy game. Just really looking forward to it, to be honest. Just really glad to be playing cricket. Hope to see you up at the club on the weekend, guys. Take care. All the best.
Predictions against Warrington, I think both sides have got strong batting and bowling. The Warrington legend Mali Agar, just to name one in their batting lineup. I think it will be quite close, especially in parts, given the fact that we're playing two 2020s, a bit of a lottery. But I think that Grappers are going to pip it with 2 wins.
Obviously, as skipper, I'm expecting us to win on Saturday. We can't really take the opposition for granted. We've still got to do our job with the bat and the ball. It's 2 T20s, so there's always a risk that someone could come off from either side, really. But like I said, I'm fairly confident if we do what we do best, we'll win the game.